this week's episode, I want to talk to you guys about falling and being injured and what that looks like when you're 40 plus, almost 50 years old. So, this is what my heel flips look like prior to me doing one off of a ledge in a 4-stair set where I broke my ankle. And here's what my heel flips look like now, and it's just so sad. I just don't pop them as high as I used to. I don't catch it like I used to. And part of that is because I fell, and getting over that fear has been the biggest challenge for me over the last year and a half or so. Trying to regain my heel flips back to the point to where they were almost as good looking as they were, but I don't think I'll ever get another heel flip that looked as beautiful as that one. Here's another great one from when I took a slam at Newport under the bridge and ended up cracking a rib on this fall. I didn't realize it. I thought it just hurt real bad. And I kept skating for about an hour and a half after that and ended up, doing the board slide down and away, great. But going up really kind of messed me up that time. The board slid out in front of me too fast and I just landed right on the left side, right on the rib cage, and ended up cracking a rib there. I don't have any fear getting back onto that obstacle though, so. So this is probably the worst slam I ever took, and it was literally like a month and a half after I got back on my skateboard in 2020. And I just over-rotated the board. I didn't have good shoes on that day, and the grip tape was not grippy at all. And when I over-rotated my board, my front foot didn't have anywhere to go. So I just fell straight. I ended up breaking my left wrist in that one and chipping the bone in my left hip. The bone fragment is still floating around in there too. I feel it every time I fall on my left side. Some of the falls that I take aren't nearly as bad, and they tend to take a more comical look from far away. They're in slow motion, or when I fell I wasn't even going fast, things like that. And these are just a couple examples of those little mishaps at the end of something, and wasn't really going fast. I didn't get hurt from it, but it's just one of those shows some of those times where it's important to know how to fall correctly to save yourself from getting injured.
I'm gonna call that a line. So close.
Fuck yeah. Probably one of the biggest things that helps me stay in shape at this age, pushing past 45 and almost at 50 now, the biggest thing that keeps me going is stretching, daily stretching. It doesn't matter if I'm skating that day, if I've got a workout, or if I'm gonna go for a bike ride. Stretching every day is super important. And I can tell you, when you get to be older, the more you stretch before you exercise, the better you will feel during and after. The more you stretch, your ankles are more flexible, your knees are more flexible, your hips, everything that you do is more flexible, and it makes you less prone to injury. And sometimes when you have injuries, just being flexible sometimes is enough to keep it from being a major injury. You know, if you can keep your ankles to where they're really stretched out and you can roll them sideways, you're less likely to break your ankle or roll it and have a high sprain. So doing those stretches every day is really important, especially as you get older and you ride a skateboard. I'm not saying it's not important for you youngsters, it is. But when you get older, the more you stretch, the better you're gonna feel, and it will help you every day. At the end of the day though, when I'm trying to learn something new, I know I'm gonna fall, and that's okay. And what I want everybody to get out of this is to learn that you're gonna fall. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. But as a skateboarder, falling teaches you that failure is okay and that you can get back up. Yeah, you might need somebody's help sometimes, and that's okay too. But don't let it stop you. Don't let the fear of falling inhibit your enjoyment. First and foremost on a skateboard, rule number one, have fun. So at the end of the day, don't let the fear control what you do on a skateboard. Don't let the fear of falling keep you from advancing in your skateboarding. And when you get hurt, take the time. Rest appropriately. Let your body heal the way you need to. And get back on your board the next time with confidence. I know it's easy to say and hard to do, but the more you practice that, the more you become it. So take care of yourself, young and old alike. Stretch appropriately. Before, after, sometimes during a session if you need to. And don't forget to hydrate. Oh my goodness. The biggest problem I see with a lot of people is not drinking enough water, and then you're overexerting yourself to the point of, dehydration. And skateboarding isn't fun because you're not landing tricks. You're falling all the time because you're tired and dehydrated. So take the time, take breaks. If you get tired while you're skateboarding, sit down for a couple minutes, drink some water, talk with your skate buddies, review your footage on your film or whatever. But take a few minutes every now and then, drink the water, let your body relax and recover for a few minutes, and then get back to it. Oh shit! Good job. Oh, this is easy. The first rule in skateboarding is to have fun. So go find someplace different today and have fun with your skateboard.